Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
So the theme for Taste of the Arts is STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math.
Right now on HHS In Depth, the annual Taste of the Arts Festival took place downtown last weekend. Learn how some Homestead students got to participate in the event.
Plus, the new year brought back some students who chose the real time at home option last year. Find out how their start to the school year and being back in the building is going. Those stories and more straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Michelle Bioma.
And I'm Nada DeHook. And Michelle, I can't believe it's September already. I feel like this year's just flying by.
I know, I'm so excited for Labor Day.
Yeah, I can definitely agree. And this past weekend, Homestead student ambassadors participated in the Taste of the Arts Festival downtown. And I got a chance to head down there and learn about the event while meeting some of the vendors. Last year, due to COVID-19, downtown Fort Wayne had to shut down many of their plans for safety reasons. But this year, because the pandemic is winding down, they've got to open up many more events to the public, including Taste of the Arts.
Taste of the Arts is an annual festival that's held in Fort Wayne. Fort Wayne Greater Arts United puts it together, and people from all over the community come to Fryman Square and the surrounding areas here in downtown Fort Wayne to celebrate the performing arts, the visual arts, and just all of the great things that are happening in Fort Wayne that make it such a great place to live.
And in this annual event, there are many different booths for kids and adults to enjoy.
So the theme for Taste of the Arts is STEM, Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math. And this year we're doing bubble painting, which is quite messy and quite fun, and no really wrong way to do it, so we're having a blast with it.
We're doing piggy banks, so teaching kids how to save money or a bag if they want to. We have a hydration booth, so you can hydrate. It's a very hot day out.
We are making lava lamps this year, which is a science experiment and art combined. A little water, a little oil, some Alka-Seltzer, and some dye, and it makes the lava lamp.
We are here with the Aaron M. Stone Memorial Fund. It's in honor of our son, who was actually a Homestead student, passed away in 2017, and he was a musician. So we started a program where we take instruments to kids and let them enjoy music the same way Aaron enjoyed music.
If you want to find any of these local businesses, you can check out downtown Fort Wayne's Instagram or website, or you can find them at the local farmers market every Saturday morning. Reporting from downtown Fort Wayne for HHS In Depth, I'm Nada DeHook.
If you are interested in going to the football game against Bishop Lewis later this evening, consider taking a light jacket as temperatures will take a bit of a drop. I'll be back with a check of the weekend forecast soon after the break.
You're watching HHS In Depth with Michelle Obiama and Nada DeHook.
Welcome back to HHS In Depth. Students, if you pre-ordered a student section t-shirt at registration day, they are in and can be picked up in Mr. Schenkel's room 600B, before and after school this week. You can also buy a student section shirt for $10 each while they last.
For those who are enrolled in classes this semester which offer dual credit through Ivy Tech, the deadline for students to get registered, enrolled, and qualified for their courses has been extended. The new due date for completing all these requirements is now September 28th. Students, as a reminder, you are responsible for enrolling in all of your classes via dual enroll prior to the due date if you wish to receive dual credit. Students are also responsible for completing and being aware of all the prerequisites and qualifications for their courses. Contact Mr. Clark via email if you have any questions.
Students, please pick up your yearbook at the coffee shop at all 4 lunches. There are still several who haven't been picked up yet, so come check that out.
Lost and found items are located on the table outside the discipline office in the 10 through 12 building. See Mrs. Godfrey in discipline for valuable items such as jewelry, keys, electronics, and designer clothes. All items not picked up by the end of the day will be donated.
Here's a look at a few of the clubs meeting over the next week. K-Pop Club meets today after school in room 924. They've got paint, they've got pencils, and for beginners, they've got stencils. Join the art club call-out meeting on Wednesday, September 8th in room 108, Mrs. Jones' room, from 2:45 to 3:15 p.m. And just a reminder, since Monday is Labor Day, all of the Monday's after-school clubs will not take place.
Baseball players, if you plan on trying out for the team this spring but haven't stopped by to see Coach Bile in room 718 yet, please do that today. You'll have information about fall workouts, mandatory forms that need to be filled out prior to participation in workouts, and other information.
With Homestead no longer having the real-time at-home option, many students are back in the building for the first time in a whole school year. To learn how they are adapting to being back in person, here's reporter Carly Flanagan.
Last year, Homestead had the option for students to attend school virtually using the real-time at home option. This year, Homestead has taken that away, and those real-time students are back here ready to learn.
The thing that I was most excited for is probably just like social interaction, because sitting in your house, you don't really interact with anybody but your family, and that gets annoying after a while. So I was just happy to see my friends again, be able to, talk to them, get help from them with homework and stuff like that. Just being able to be face to face with people.
I'm definitely excited to be with my friends in person in class because it was kind of hard to talk to them during class or even passing periods. So it's definitely nice being with my friends again, but it's also nice being able to experience school activities such as football games and stuff like that. It's definitely exciting to go back to those.
With adjusting back to normal, many students had to adjust to the changes this school year brought.
I think probably one of the biggest changes I noticed is like the whole parking ordeal. And at first when I came, I used to park at door 1, but now I have to park over there in the regular student lot, so that's definitely a change for me. And then probably lunch as well. I don't eat in the same area I used to eat in. I have to eat in the community room now, so that's a little different.
Being physically back at school has been beneficial for all students.
I think the biggest shift that affected me personally was being able to be with the teachers and having that one-on-one interaction. It was definitely hard on Zoom to try and interact with teachers individually and ask questions. It was kind of intimidating. So it's definitely nice being able to be with them and being able to go up to their desk and personally talk to them, and even just having normal conversation with them is really nice.
Just getting set up back into the old routine of traveling between classes, remembering when classes end. I couldn't remember the lunch schedule to save my life, so that was kind of a struggle. But yeah, just kind of getting back into the routine of things, because at home you just sit in your bed and wait for the period to change.
So far, these students have loved attending school and are glad to be back. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Carly Flanagan.
It's that time of year again when seniors start applying for colleges they want to attend after graduation. For some tips for those beginning the application process, here's reporter Nisha Lalaria.
As seniors enter the college application season, many are struggling on where to start, though there is a resource out there that can make the process go smoothly.
So Common App is a really beneficial tool for students if they're applying to multiple colleges, because Common App is really a standardized college application. So multiple colleges use it and you just have to fill it out once. So that's really the big benefit, right? The bulk of your application, instead of doing it 3 times if you're applying to 3 different colleges, you do it once and you can use it to apply to multiple colleges, assuming they are on Common App.
Though the Common application is pretty straightforward, you will still need certain information before you can create an account.
It's super important to do Common App that you do your research to start. So making sure the college you're applying to is on Common App. Also finding out what information they need. Some colleges require letters of recommendation, some don't. Some colleges require you to write an essay, some don't. Many colleges will require some type of application fee. So really just kind of doing your preparation and doing some research. All of that information you can find on Common App or on the individual college application websites.
Teacher recommendations play a big role for your application, but knowing who to ask is one of the issues many applicants face.
If you need a recommendation, it's really important that you're checking with the specific college on their requirements. Some colleges will tell you you just need 2 recommendations. Some colleges you need no recommendations. If the colleges want something specific, they'll ask you. Sometimes it's from a teacher in a subject area you intend to go into. If they don't specify, choose somebody that knows you well and that has good things to say about you.
If you are needing to ask a teacher for a recommendation, stop by Student Services for a purple sheet or send your teacher a resume. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Nisha Lalaria.
Turning to weather now, another big football game back at home tonight. But what can we expect out there weather-wise?
Graham DeWitt joins us now to tell us that answer.
Thank you, Michelle and Nada. Yes, the conditions for tonight's game against Bishop Lewis will be excellent, and full bleachers are to be expected once again. You can anticipate partly cloudy skies and a temperature of 73 degrees at kickoff, and falling down into the mid-60s by the end of the game. Turning to the weekend, we will see a high of 75 degrees on Saturday and 80 degrees with partly cloudy skies on Sunday. There is a slight chance of morning showers on Saturday, so be sure to keep that in mind when you make your weekend plans. I'll be back later with an outlook on the weather for next week.
All right, thank you, Graham.
Anthony Gary is in next to break down the teams in action this past week. Stay with us. Every first Monday in September, we celebrate Labor Day. For the majority of people, the holiday is just seen as another 3-day weekend. But besides being the unofficial end of summer, Labor Day is a holiday with an interesting history. Although the true creator is disputed, Peter J. McGuire is usually credited with the idea. America was in the midst of a changing economy, and its workers were beginning to campaign for better working conditions. McGuire suggested that a holiday should be created that honored American workers. The first Labor Day celebration was actually held on a Tuesday. In New York, on Tuesday, September 5th, backed by the labor union Knights of Labor, 10,000 workers attended. In the years following this parade, several Labor Day celebrations popped up across the U.S. After the Pullman strike, which drew attention to the issue of fair wages, Grover Cleveland made more of an effort to celebrate America's laborers and signed a bill into law making Labor Day a national holiday in June 1894. Today, Labor Day is celebrated in a myriad of ways, from barbecues to parades and fireworks. Enjoy your extra day off, Spartans.
Welcome back to the Locker Report. I'm Anthony Gary. Spartan Sports were back in action for another week of Spartan success. The big event last week was the home football opener versus Concordia. Sports reporter Caleb Wood brings you a recap of the game.
Week 2 on the gridiron, Spartans welcome the Concordia Cadets into Dave Walters Memorial Stadium. Starting here, Slavin, handoff to Gage Sparrow. He gets on the right side and takes it all the way to get the Spartans on the board. Fast forward a few minutes and it would be Sparrow again, cutting through the defenders and gets the Spartans up 14-0. Then Slavin finds Anderson and he is gone. And here we are still in the first quarter. This one, Brett Fox runs up the middle and he is in. Spartans up 28-0 after 1 quarter of play. Then Slavin sends it deep downfield to a wide open Nate Anderson and there is no one to stop him. Later on, Concordia with the ball and Jacob Hayes picks it off and gets the pick 6. Spartans win big in this one, 59-14 over the Concordia Cadets.
Looking around other Homestead athletics, the boys and girls cross-country teams competed last Saturday at the Penn Invitational. On the girls' side, Addison Canablo finished 2nd, Lauren Saddington finished 5th, Elise Peckinpah finished 6th, and Lexi Goebel finished 7th. The girls' team took 1st place and moved up to 11th in the state. On the boys' side, Ethan Bates placed 3rd, Chase Mullen placed 11th, and freshman Aiden Waugh placed 14th. The boys' team finished in 3rd. Next up, the volleyball team took the win Tuesday 3-0 against Snyder. Leah Mummer had 4 aces, Addie Tyndall had 7 kills, Olivia Cron had 9 digs, Hannah Brown had 2 blocks, and Haley Biedenbach had 15 assists. The boys soccer team tied Concordia Monday 2-2. Junior Blake Ansball had both the team's goals, and junior Isaac Hallman had 10 saves at goalie. The team heads up north to Carroll tomorrow to compete at the Carroll Classic. The girls soccer team won 9-0 against Bishop Luers Monday. Amelia White scored 2 goals, and Sophia Citrone, Emily Graham, Nola Hadi, Elena Connect, Liz Brosher, Morgan Kaiser, and Sydney Couch all had 1 goal. The team is still ranked number 4 in the state. The boys tennis team placed 7th last Saturday in the John Shirley Men's Tournament at North Central High School. The tennis team will also travel north tomorrow to go to the Carroll Invitational. And a shout out to our very own Ayana Patterson, who won a gold medal earlier this week as part of the women's FIBA U18 3-on-3 basketball tournament in Hungary. Ayana represented the USA and took down Spain in the championship game to win gold. Congratulations to Ayana and her teammates. And finally, the football team placed tonight in the SAC Game of the Week. As only 3 undefeated teams remain, 2 of them will face off tonight as Bishop Luers comes out to Dave Walters Memorial Stadium to play the Spartans. Get out and support the team in person or watch the Homestead Live sports broadcast. You can follow the Locker Report on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date on Spartan athletics over the weekend. For the Locker Report, I'm Anthony Gary. Graham will have a final check of the weather when we come back.
Next week on HHS In Depth, reporter Yoonji Che informs us about the removal of the mask policy this year. Learn how this decision was made next week on HHS In Depth.
The weather for this weekend is expected to be cooler than last weekend, with temperatures reaching the upper 70s. This coming week, we'll see relatively similar temperatures, with a high on Monday of 79, Tuesday topping out at 77, and Wednesday and Thursday both hitting 75. There is a possibility of scattered thunderstorms on Tuesday, while most of the week will have partly cloudy skies. Nice weather to start off the month of September. Michelle and Nada, back to you.
All right, thank you, Graham. And thank you for watching today.
Good luck to the football team as they host Bishop Luers tonight. Have a great 3-day weekend, Homestead, and we will see you back here next week.